Sean. And Sean, you're seeing more on the way.
Absolutely. Look at this map right here. This is our drought monitor. And boy, the more purple we get, the more we get to this end of the color code here, and the less we're down at that end, which is what we were about a week ago, and even more so a couple of weeks ago, the better off we're doing. So we're still a lot of work to do in many areas, but we are definitely seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. If we can just keep this consistency going, much like a baseball team, you can have a couple of good games, but you got to have a really good long season, and that's exactly what we're hoping for here. And we're doing okay. On the live storm tracker radar, watch as we tighten it up. Boy, a good swath of energy is just now getting into areas of Santa Barbara County, and as we head just a little bit to the north and west, look at this, it really lights up, and that's where the energy is. And we're at the street level here, Lompoc, Vandenberg, Los Alamos, back out toward, well, if you're camping in and around Halama, you're probably getting very wet right now, and a lot of wind also coming off the ocean. Santa Maria real busy right now, and again, as I mentioned at the top of the show, this puts us in that range of where you got to really sort of keep your attention focused, because streets can get flooded really quick and easy, especially anywhere where it's flat. And as we look at Ventura County, real quiet, but you'll get some business going very shortly, but the water just can't drain fast enough. And of course, any areas where we have recent burn scars, you got to be very careful, but it looks like we shouldn't hold on to the heavy rain for too long, so hopefully we'll stay out of trouble there, because otherwise it's all just good news. Snow above about 4,000 feet the next day or so, could be counting it in multiple inches, so that's good news there for skiers. I know there are no ski resorts here, but as you head down to Southern California, there are, so good on them. And wind advisory through tomorrow morning for portions of the Central Coast, and anybody out there tonight and into early tomorrow morning could see some winds going from southwest and then back out to west and northwest through the day. Right now, rain totals already beginning to add up, especially north and west of Point Conception. As I mentioned, we get into the South Coast and Ventura County. Your turn will come eventually, and of course, as we look across much of California, good news. Boy, we're getting something, and it's just really nice to see. Something that we've been seeing a lot of lately has been some really cool temperatures. Again, another day where we stayed well below normal, at least 5, maybe even 8, 10 degrees below where we should be for this time of year. Currently, pretty brisk out there. This storm system is going to bring in a little bit of cool air. We will get a little southerly flow out of it, but behind it, definitely another blast of winter-like weather. So there's the south flow right there, and watch as we go through this. When I get to the wind forecast, you'll see those arrows bouncing all over the place. A lot of humidity, obviously, as the atmosphere gets very soggy. And again, watching the long range, boy, if that isn't the hardest part about being any kind of weather industry or any kind of weather forecasting, we are in a La Nina, and we expect to be fairly dry typically, but every El Nino, La Nina, they all have their own little flavors, and this one has decided to move high pressure, which normally just dominates during a classic La Nina. This one, the high pressure has shifted a little bit, and that's allowing storms to sneak on in. And boy, and how the last couple of weeks have been very busy. So the next system with a good southerly flow, all lined up just offshore, and look how active. This is the core of your low, and then these are the plumes of moisture getting pulled up into very thirsty California. And although some areas are getting a little on the soggy side, I don't want to jinx it, and I'm not trying to be negative, but we may need a little break actually, and then bring in more. So there's the rain system running through tonight, and then watch how it stays kind of moist over the next day or so, and then another blast Monday, and these waves sort of lined up. There will likely be another one toward the middle of the week, and maybe even toward the very end of the year. So there are your futurecast rain totals. Look at the Sierra pumping up with water. Excellent news there. And again, as I mentioned, we probably will do okay as we watch the winds right there shifting from southwest and then back to northwest, and then the next wave of moisture will run in on Monday, and we'll see the west wind, and then it turns a little more southwest. And we just keep seeing that pattern over and over again. So as I was saying with the futurecast rain totals, as you look at your chilly highs, it doesn't appear that we'll hold on to the real heavy rain for very long. That's why we don't see any flash flood issues right now, at least officially. So cold temperatures the next couple of days. The overnights will be really cool and even close to freezing in some areas. And your afternoon highs into those 60s. If we're lucky. Otherwise, expect another day of mid to upper 50s at best. And look at the morning lows. Despite the rain, we're talking 40s and 30s, and that will be the story for just about everybody. Showers very early, and then possibly again late Sunday night for our northern areas. Our southern areas and most of us will see the rain tapering off very quickly in the morning hours. Surf is definitely up. We have some wind swell and some ground swell out of the northwest and a little southwest wind swell. And there it is, a busy forecast. I have gone too long, Tracy, so I'm going to throw it back to you, but you can see the pattern there. Expect more rain through the middle of the week, maybe close to New Year's. And there it is right there, a wet but very nice forecast. Tracy?
You have had so much to talk about, though, the last week or so. Coming up, a reminder to designate a driver, plus a drive down a popular candy cane lane. Those stories still ahead on your local news channel live.